Welcome back, gentlemen, to another game of StarCraft 2. My name's Inglewood, I'm with Killing Esports, and I'll be casting this one for you guys. This is one more coming out of the most recent Dreamhack tournament, and once again, we're on Metropolis. And once again, we've got a blue Zerg spawning here at the top. That's E.G. Stephano from Team Evil Geniuses. He's facing off against a Terran, or a red Terran down here in the western position. That's Millennium's ForGG. I've cast games from both of these players out of this tournament already, but you're probably not going to see the one with Stephano in it because it was quite long and my fucking fraps wasn't turned on, so wasted a bunch of time doing that. I guess that's why I'm practicing this stuff though. Anyway, should be a good game. Both top level players. Stephano recently joined EG, and there's been a lot of speculation about how he's going to do under the management of Sir Scoots with the big team there. He was also on Millennium. As you can see, they're both playing with the same tag in their name. That's because Stephano hasn't changed up his account yet, but I assure you he's on Evil Geniuses now. Probably the highest paid player in StarCraft 2. I believe the rumor mill said he was making about $7,000 a month. That's just team salary. And then, of course, he gets to keep his winnings. Looks like he's going to scout this out right away with his Overlord. He's going to see ForGG here and know exactly where he's at. He'll divert that Overlord just in case ForGG didn't see it. So now he knows where his opponent's at, and his opponent can't say likewise. Doesn't really matter, though. They've both just fast expanded. The Terran throws his command center down here a little bit after the Zerg put his second hatchery down. Totally typical for the Zerg to do this. The Terran has some options where he doesn't fast expand, but obviously that's not what he's doing today. So both players are going to shoot for an economical game, at least so far. We'll see if Stephano is going to stay on 2 base and start teching up, or if he spends his money on a third soon. He's got his spawning pool coming out. That's about halfway done. He's taking his first gas, so we can see if he'll jump 3 workers into that and start on his Zergling speed buff as soon as he can. And yes, 1, 2, 3 Zergling or drones. Oh, geez, it's been a long night. 3 drones jump in there right away. Meanwhile, ForGG is also on gas. Also got 3 SCVs working away there. So we'll see what he intends to do with it. His first barracks is popping out now. He'll start getting a defensive marine or 2 out. And pretty shortly he'll get his orbital command buff going on so he can start dropping down mules for the big money. For the big money. And there he goes, orbital command right away. A factory coming out. So he's transitioning right into factory. We'll see if he wants to turn that into some Hellions or maybe add a tech lab to it and build a starport for Banshees. We've seen him do Banshees a bit frequently. Lately. Meanwhile, what's Stephano doing? He's just hanging out here. He's going to stalk the outside of ForGG's natural just so that he can see any units that come out of here. He'll have eyes on it right away and he'll be able to prepare for it quickly. Stephano's still not taking a third, and it doesn't look like he's saving up any minerals to do so. Got a quick queen out here for his inject larvas. He may throw down a creep tumor here to get his creep connecting the 2 bases. Working on a Roach Warren. So, okay, so now that we see a Roach Warren popping out of Stephano here, we can probably guess he'll stay on 2 base. That's a pretty common build for Zerg. They'll get Roach Warren out early. He'll get this gas going. Okay, he's taken 2 out of his gas, so one drone harvesting gas will be enough to kind of allow him to make some roaches without sacrificing too much of his mineral income. If we see a lair pop up soon, we'll know he's going to upgrade roaches, but it looks like no, he's just going to pop out 7 of them and go push right now and see what he can't get done. Those roaches and these Hellions are going to meet somewhere in the middle, and 7 roaches definitely trumps 2 Hellions, so this is not going to be what ForGG was expecting to see, and he's probably not real happy with that. ForGG, we see that the starport is down. It's on the tech lab, and the Banshee is on its way out. Banshees are air-to-ground damage, of course, so they're quite effective against roaches, which can't shoot up. But against these numbers, I'm not sure that it's going to matter. I think these amount of roaches are going to be able to push in right away and at least inflict some horrible economic damage, even if they don't win the game right away. But ForGG, he's pulling workers off the line already. He feels like he's in deep shit. And he's kind of right. These Hellions are not effective against the high armor of roaches at all. We'll see if he's able to keep up with it. No, because reinforcements are coming in as well. So 7 roaches, 1 down now, 2 down. But the damage is huge. 1,200 resources lost for ForGG already to the 800 of Stephano. He does get it cleaned up, but at what cost? We'll see. Workers lost. 22 workers killed for Stephano. So that is just crippling. This early in the game, there's no excuse to have lost 22 workers, and ForGG has got to know that he's so far behind at this point. The supply count, he's behind by about 20 units. He's behind in money. He's behind in just about everything. We'll see if he's able to knock down these Evo chambers here, forcing a little wall. There's a spine crawler coming up behind him for some static defense. But Stephano is just going to keep on making roaches. ForGG, in a bit of desperation, is now researching Cloak for these Banshees. But that's going to be a long time before Cloak is ready, and I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do in the meantime if Stephano decides to push out a second time. Behind this, Stephano, he's getting a armor upgrade for his ground units. He's a little bit supply capped right now, so he's making some overlords to pass the time and get some money spent. Once those pop out, we'll see what he's going to do with his fresh supply. Drones. Drones, drones, drones. 9 drones and a lair. So he's going to be bumping his hatchery up to a lair. That's going to enable Tier 2 tech coming out of the Zerg. Things like roach upgrades. Meanwhile, this wall is going to be standing up to a dozen Hellions, which just don't have a whole lot going on for them right now. They came up, they poked, and they turned around. We've got some Banshees coming in to Stephano's main. No Spore Crawlers here to defend against them, but a couple of Queens are going to ward them away pretty well. They're going to circle around and try and find something to shoot, but so far no go. Cloak is finally finished for them. But let's see if he's got Spore... Yeah, he's got Spore Crawlers up at both bases, so that Cloak is going to be useless over the hatcheries. And they've got quite a good range for the CE stealth, too, so these Queens will be able to do some damage once they drift closer to the mineral line. All of this kind of buying time for these Hellions to come up and push through. But really, Hellions against Roaches are just inefficient as can be. But once they get back into this mineral line, that may change, because they're extremely strong against drones. Just look at those workers get melted. 22 to 15, that worker loss count is really evened up very nicely for ForGG. What a great comeback for him. And he's not done yet. He's roasting a Queen. Look at her melt down here in a pit of lava. And Stephano not microing these drones. They're just kind of standing around waiting to die. Cloaked Banshees and still, what's he got? 7 Hellions against just a handful of roaches. Stephano's got all this money, but nothing popping out. He's only got 1 roach and 2 Queens in production. I don't know what he's going to be able to do to deflect this. He's got no anti-air other than that 1 Queen, which I guess is now... No, she's run off behind the natural. So yeah, nothing out here to contest these 3 Banshees that are just going to sit up here and blow everything away. That might be another quick game for Stephano. He's dancing his drones around, but they have nowhere to go against this onslaught. Flamethrowers and barbecues everywhere. The supply count is double for ForGG. He's looking unstoppable with these Banshee timings of his. Stephano dancing around Spore Crawlers, but yeah, nothing doing. Well played, says Stephano, in another game for ForGG. Looking excellent. So, EG Stephano joins the new team, makes the big bucks, and then starts losing like crazy. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.